Hey guys, welcome back to Napalm Soaps. So we're making another Christmas soap. This is a mint chocolate. I'm going to show you guys like a really cool technique or a spin on a technique that I've seen a lot. And then we're going to, this is going to be a frosted soap, and we're going to put these little cute little mint chocolate candy embeds on the top. But I thought they were really cute. I just kind of mixed some green and brown glycerin soap together. So in here I've got my base oils. I've got my mold over here. It's nice and dyed up on the side. Stick blender, you know, all the basics. Got my gloves on. Got my lye water here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and dump in my colloidal oatmeal and my clay. Okay. And I will just hand blend that in for a moment. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pour in my lye. There we go. Oh, and I probably should have said that already, but we'll be scenting this with a Nurture soap. Fragrance called Mint Chocolate. It really does. It smells like an Andes mint. And that's kind of my inspiration for the design of this one. Is Andes mints. So I'm going to hand blend to an emulsion. Just about 30 seconds to a minute. You'll kind of see when it happens. It'll just change color. Oil will stop pulling on the sides. It gets a little bit thicker. You just gotta kind of know what to look for. The more you make soap, the more you'll figure it out. A little bit more there, and then we're going to split this off, add our colorants, hand mix those in, and then we'll stick blend. I don't like to stick blend because I soap at a higher temperature, or at least I am for this soap specifically, because I want the colors to be pretty vibrant, and I hate steaming soda ash off, so I'm trying to like constantly soda ash. That's like a whole nother video. We're not even gonna get into that today. Okay, so I've kind of mixed that into an emulsion by hand. Now I'm gonna split this off into, for accuracy, let's just do it on the scale. Why not? Okay. That's about half there. Get my little rag here. Wipe my hands up. Okay, there's that one. And then I already know that one's going to be half of it. I'm curious. We'll just do it just to be accurate about it. Okay, now I'm just going to scrape my bowl out here. Okay, nice. Going to wipe my hands down, and since they're a little bit greasy, I'm going to just spray with a little bit of rubbing alcohol on the gloves, because that's kind of how I keep from having to change gloves constantly. Okay, cool. So now we got that. Now you want to start, we're at a pretty nice emulsion here, but you kind of want to work a little bit fast. Now, one thing that we're doing with this one is it's going to be a layered soap. Honestly, we probably might have to add all of this. But this is Green Vibrance Mica. There it goes. From Nurture Soap. I'll just kind of see what that looks like in a minute. And then I'm using Lustrous Brown from Nurture Soap. This is probably my favorite brown. I've tried brown oxide, but for some reason, I don't know why, but it just like ashed on me really bad. So I don't know. So I just kind of didn't didn't try it again. Mix up my green. And I'm going to add a little bit of titanium dioxide dispersed in water into this guy because I want it to be a little bit more of a pastel minty green than like this like Hulk green, I guess. So I want it to kind of match this little ball here. Actually, that's a really bad representation on camera, isn't it? Okay. We mix that one up. I'm happy with that green. Now, if you've never used green mica in cold process soap before, the first time I ever did, I was freaking out because I used like all this mica and it started turning like this ugly, like green brown freaky color because greens are pH sensitive. So whenever you mix them into your soap, the pH balance is crazy. And it morphs the green. After it sets, the pH settles. And even sometimes after you cut it, it has to settle and like kind of come back to a normal pH. The green will return to normal. So I had that happen to me several years ago. So just be mindful of that. And I'm going to add my fragrance oil. Like I said, it's the mint chocolate. Pretty excited about it. I'm adding most of it to the brown because it discolors. So I'm adding most of it to the brown and I'm using it at a 3% rate and usage is up to 6%. And I've had to do this in a couple of soaps before and it actually ended up doing pretty well, where I kind of had to split the fragrance into different layers just to kind of use the fragrance oil but not like ruin the layers by discoloration because it would totally mess this green up. So we don't want to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that off to the side here. Now, I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I'm keeping this brown. I'm actually going to go ahead and stick blend it real quick. This is my stick blender. It's just a KitchenAid. It's been through it, let me tell you. And that's about all I'm going to stick blend that because believe it or not, that is going to like thicken up crazy in the next few seconds. And we want to be able to pour, this. We've got to make 4 layers and then we have to do our design. Man, it smells like candy in here. Just chocolate mint, like Andy's Mints candy. It smells really good. Okay. I'll pop that onto my paper here real quick. I'm going to go ahead and pour my first layer. Let's see here. Hopefully you can see that pretty well. I'm just going to like kind of eyeball about half of it. Half of my soap here. Okay. Whoops. Trying to keep that all clean. Okay. So now I'm going to add a little bit of titanium dioxide. I keep it in this little container mixed up with water, ready to go. I'm just going to add a couple drops because I don't want it to be like anything too crazy, but I do want it to be a little bit more pastel than what it is currently. And I'll just kind of adjust it. Ooh. Now, titanium dioxide, I'm sure if you watch other soap makers, you notice like the titanium dioxide just color morphs on you whenever you introduce a stick blender, and that's because it micronizes and it just kind of brings the color to its actual potential. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that green, so we're gonna go with it, and it's actually getting pretty thick. I don't want to go too much further with that. because my brown over here is probably getting pretty thick. But that's the price you pay to avoid certain things. Okay. So like, yeah, you can see this one's like already like really thick there. So let's go ahead and pour this one in. I'm going to pour it on top of the spatula because even though we're going to be doing a design, I want to keep the layers as separate as I can for the moment, because that design is works best when you have really nice, pretty straight layers. So that's kind of what we're doing here. So now I'm just going to give this a quick mix to make it a little bit more fluid. You can see how it kind of loosened back up for me there. Okay. I'm just going to like pop this on the top here. And pouring on a spatula really helps this, just to keep from breaking through that layer. Do want to be careful when you're scooping it out, like when you're scraping, because you don't want to pour too hard where you break that layer too. So be mindful of that. Okay. Let's try and get it all in there. Actually see a little bit of green floating up down there at the bottom. That's okay. That is okay. We're not going for like perfect lines, just most of the way. Just trying to get all that out because I don't want to waste any. Okay. And now I'm just going to mix up my green here. It just kind of helps get it back fluid. Okay. And I'll just pour. It's actually pretty thick bottom layer down there, so I can actually kind of just pour it without being too concerned. So now I'm just going to get this top. I'm going to get this container all scraped out. Okay. I have a feeling those bottom two layers are going to be pretty cool. Okay. Okay. Kind of bounce it in there, zhuzh it in the corners and whatnot. Okay. Alright, that is that. We will wipe those guys up. I'm just going to kind of like bang that down just for a quick second. I'm going to clean this up because as if I don't have enough mica stains on these molds already. Go ahead and just clean it up real quick. Okay, cool. Alright, so I'll bring you guys in for like a close-up here. But that's it. It's just green on the top. Okay. Now, we're going to do the technique. Actually, let me wipe my immersion blender off. This is how I keep all that soap from getting all gross in there. I'll go wash it off, but in between then, I just kind of like wipe it out. Saves a lot of time, because otherwise it gets all in there and gross. Anyways, okay. So, here's my tool. Okay, got this hanger. Okay, and now any of you that watch soap maker videos, there's one specific soap maker on YouTube. Her name is Tree Marie Soapworks, and she does this, like, she does these really pretty, awesome Taiwan swirls, where she, like, you know, divides it up and like does like this too with a popsicle stick, and then like traces it around the edges. It's beautiful. But I wanted to try doing it backwards, or like the opposite way, where you make the horizontal layers instead of vertical and go in like this. So we're going to try that. Instead of like a hanger swirl, we're going to like go in from the side here. We're going to push down. Okay, and just like in the Taiwan swirl technique, you kind of move it over just a smidge and you pull it up. And then you go over, you push down, slide it over, pull up, over, down, slide over, up, and then one more time down on the very edge over there. Okay, cool. And then to get it out, I'm gonna like drag across the bottom. Just gonna come up on the side there. Cool. Now I'm very curious. I've never tried this before, but I was thinking, I was like, I wonder if that would work. I'm very curious to cut this soap. Very curious. Okay. So now I'm just going to kind of like take my spatula here and I'm just going to kind of like pat the top of this out. This will be a frosted soap. Like I said before, but I just kind of want to make it a little more even from that hanger going in there and all that. Okay, cool. So now what I'm going to do is, I know this is going to start heating up. It's already started heating up. Let's see what the temperature is, just to show you guys. Yeah, it's like 109.4 degrees. Okay, so I'm just going to spray very liberally with some isopropyl alcohol. Some people use 99%, some people use 91%. I personally kind of, well, I do use 91%. I don't see any difference. I've used 99% and it literally didn't change anything for my soap. So I use 91%, but this is it. I'm going to wait for this to set up. Then I will frost it and put my little embeds on it. And I may do like a mica dusting or something on the top just to kind of tie those colors in together, because I'm going to do a cream color on the top here. Since I'm not really sure how to edit videos at the moment, this is going to be like a 2-part type video. I'll probably like either show you how to frost it or show you it cut. I'll probably show it cut and then you can see the frosting, because I'm sure you guys have seen frosting done like 20,000 times. And then we'll just put the little gumballs like on the side, because I think they look cute on the side. But anyways, so that's mint chocolate swirly possible cool technique soap, and I will be back in another video to cut it and show it to you. And actually I'll probably do like a compilation where I cut all of the soaps that I've made in the past like day. That way you guys can see all of them cut together. So that would be really cool. Okay, all right, bye guys.